lovely people, and welcome to day 11 of our 30-day October challenge. Today I've got an upper body and arms Pilates strength class for us, so you'll be needing a light pair of dumbbells. I've got a 2 kg, 3 kg could even work. If you wanted to go heavy, you could even go to a 4 kg. Just take, less reps and take rest when you need to. Otherwise, we're gonna meet lying down on our mat. Awesome. Once we're there, we're starting with our warm-up. So bracing through your belly, we're floating both of our legs to find your tabletop. Beautiful. Fingertips come to your temples, elbows stay wide. Inhale, and as we exhale, we're twisting and curling our head and chest up and over to our left. Beautiful. Inhale, we return down. Exhale, lifting and curling just to that left-hand side. Beautiful. So we're just gonna work one side here, team. Using that exhale breath each time we work to clear that right shoulder blade up off your mat. Nice. We're gonna keep adding layers here. As always, you can take it or leave it. Beautiful. Giving me 2 more just like this. Nice, team. Last one. All right, this next time we're meeting down at the bottom. As we lift up, can we extend our left leg long? Right arm reaches long. Nice. Inhale to lower. Exhale, we're taking that extension and arm reach if it's there for you. Beautiful. Checking in with our form here, team. Making sure our gaze is still looking down towards our bottom stomach at the top of this crunch. This will stop any pressure through that neck, keeping that nice core connection. Beautiful. Making sure we've still got that slight imprint and tension down through that lower back onto the mat. Just giving me 3 more last ones like this. Beautiful. Final 2. Last one. All right, let's all meet up this time and hold at the top. We're just extending that right leg long. Nice. At tabletops. Right leg extends and tabletop. Beautiful. Staying high. Option is to drop that chest down. Otherwise, we're just here for 5. Nice. For 4. For 3. Beautiful. We're not dropping on 2. Awesome. On 1, we extend those legs to find your scissor. Both fingertips come to your temples. We're taking a switch. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale, switch. Switch, switch. Beautiful. This is our final push. Staying with me, team. If you're up for it, we're adding a twist. Twisting over towards that top leg. Just working these for 5. For 4. 3. 2. Last one. And lowering back down. Hugging those knees into your chest. Taking a little rock out from side to side. Lovely work. Grabbing the back of your legs. We're just going to flip on over to find a 4-point position. Beautiful. When you're ready, hands come underneath the line of our shoulders. Tucking through that your toes, bracing that belly. We're going to step both of those feet back to find our long line plank position. Nice. Pressing that mat away with your palms, sucking your belly button in towards your spine, staying nice and active here. Awesome. When you're ready, we're pressing back to find your downward dog, floating that right leg up to a 3-legged dog. Beautiful. Inhale, and as we exhale, right knee comes to right elbow. We extend back, taking a cross now. Right knee to left elbow. And we press. Beautiful. So we're working these alternate knee tucks here. Focusing on really squeezing that knee into that elbow, seeing if you can tap it each time we pull forward. Lovely work. Keeping those hips down as we draw forward towards that plank. All right, taking one more each side before we add on. Right knee. All right, we're gonna tap our left knee and hold, team. Stepping that right foot back now. If it's there, you can hover it up off that mat. Adding on, we're taking one chest press here before we move through our three-legged dog again. Okay, cool. So combo, right knee, right elbow, press back, goes to left elbow. It sends back behind us, holding in the plank for one push-up. Beautiful. If you need to drop that knee, those knees and move through your press up on your knees, team, please do. If you're feeling strong, adding extra challenge through those core stabilizers by hovering that foot up off that mat as we press. We've just got one last full rep like this. Nice work. I'm right here with you guys. Final push up before we finish it off. Knees can drop. Taking a quick moment before we go down that rabbit hole together. Rolling our shoulders. As a team, let's step back to find our plank. Pressing those hips high, right leg sweeps long. Nice. We're just working those mountain climbers. Awesome. Staying with that switch. Just here for our final count of 5. Beautiful. Here for 4. Here for 3. 2. Nice work. On 1, can we pull forward? Staying up on your toes. If not, dropping down to those knees. Chest press up to finish. Elbows stay wide. Focusing on that depth of range here, team. Embracing your fatigue. Just here for 5, 4, 3. You've got it. 2. Last one. And we can pull back to find a well-deserved child's pose here. Couple deep breaths, lengthening through those arms. Beautiful. All right, rolling on up now. We're gonna send our left foot forward and grab hold of one dumbbell. Beautiful. Chest is upright, tailbones tucked here. Dumbbell comes to your shoulder, left hand's on our hip. Starting off nice and simple. As we take that exhale, we're pressing that dumbbell overhead. Inhale as we lower, exhale to press. Just working these overhead presses here. Lovely work. Spine stays nice and long. I want you to imagine someone's pulling a string from the crown of your head. Beautiful. Just here for 5 more before we add on. Beautiful. Nice for 4. Here for 3. Final 2. All right, on 1. The dumbbell comes down, chest tilts forward, taking 1 tricep extension back. Beautiful. We rise, we press. Working this press, adding that tricep extension. Focusing on getting that lean forward as that dumbbell sends back behind us. All right. Your final challenge for this movement, team, is tuck through your back toe, and as we take that extension, can we hover up to find a glute lunge? Nice. Knee drops before we press. Awesome. I know I said this is arms and abs, but a little bit of lower body work didn't hurt anyone. Nice work, team. Giving me 5 more like this. Here for 4. Can you straighten your back leg a little bit more as we press up? Final 3 now. Last 2. Awesome. All right, we're all gonna press up into that lunge and hold there. We're just working that extension. Back and in. Exhale as dumbbell goes behind us. Beautiful. Weights in that front left foot. This is you for 5, Here for 4, 3, lovely work, for 2. On 1, dumbbell goes behind. We're pulsing that arm up and up. Staying with me, beautiful work. Dumbbell goes a little bit higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We drop that knee, re-find your proposal position. Shoulders roll back and down. Deep breath here, team. We're changing up the sequence. Inhale, and as we exhale, dumbbell opens out to a T. It draws in front of our chest before it goes out to the side and lowering down. Awesome. Shoulder raise before we sweep and return back. Lovely work. So we're moving from that tricep focus to work a little bit more through this right shoulder. Your dumbbell should stay in line with that shoulder the whole time through this movement. Focusing on not letting that weight of that dumbbell really pull and push our torso round. Staying locked through our core, really focusing on maintaining that close of that rib to hip connection. Nice, just here for 3 more. You guys have got it. For 2. Last full rep like this. We're meeting at the bottom. All right, we're taking out that respite now. Let's lift that arm to your T. We're just sweeping in front of our chest and sending it wide. Forward and to the side. Lovely work. Shoulder stays rolled back and down. Don't let it start to lift up as we're fatiguing here. This is you for 5. Here for 4. Nice, team, for 3. Final 2. Beautiful. We meet with our arm teed out in 1, arm tees out with just you and your breath, holding here for 3, 2, and 1. We can roll those shoulders back and down. Well deserved. Coming down on our feet here, just sweeping that right arm across our body. Nice work. You guys smash that side. And then just hands can come down onto that mat, twisting out towards the left-hand side. Lifting up through the crown of your head, sitting nice and proud on your tailbone. All right, beautiful. When you're ready, we're gonna go back to those supine abdominals on the other side. So taking a lie down on our mat here. Awesome. When we're ready, we're bracing through that belly. Those legs, re-find your tabletop position. Fingertips come back to our temples. Beautiful. Inhale, and as we exhale this time, we're twisting up and over to that right-hand side. Nice. Inhale to lower. Exhale as we curl and take that twist. Awesome. Taking these first few reps to re-find that movement, syncing it with our breath. Using that exhale to really find that crunch and close of that rib to hip connection. Awesome. Just giving me 3 more like this before we add on. Here for 2. All right, last one. If you're feeling strong this time as we curl, can you extend your right leg long? Left arm sweeps across. Beautiful. Inhale to return. Exhale, we're adding that arm and that leg for that full challenge. As we reach that arm, can you see if you can lift and twist a little bit more towards this right side? Lovely work. Nice one, team. Just here for 5 more. Here for 3. Not letting that left knee sneak in as we're fatiguing here. For 2. Awesome. On 1, we curl up. We hold there. Left leg sends long. and tabletops. Beautiful. Just working this left leg extension. Staying high, staying in that twist. We're just here for 5. Here for 4. 3. Nice work, team. Last one. Leg draws in, both fingertips come to your temples, return through center. Legs find your scissor. Beautiful. Keeping that chest high. We're just working these switches. We switch. Beautiful. Gazes down to your navel. Nice work, team. Final challenge for those supine abdominals is to add our twist. So we're twisting over towards that top leg each time. Just here for our final count of 5. Here for 4, 3, 2, last one, and lowering down. Knees come into your chest, taking that nice big rock out from side to side now. Your feet can plant wide here, just teeing those arms. We can take a windscreen wiper with those legs now. Both knees drop over towards that left-hand side. And flip over towards that right. One more each side. Down to the left. And back up and over. Awesome. Grabbing the back of those legs, we're rolling up and flipping over to find that plank series. Nice. Hands underneath those shoulders. You guys know the drill. We're bracing through that belly, and when you're ready, we're refinding that long line plank position. Nice. Squeezing those glutes. Beautiful. Bracing through that belly. We're starting by pressing into that downward dog. Left leg sweeps up this time. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale, left knee to left elbow. We press back. Lovely work. Left knee, right elbow. And extend. Working these opposite little mountain climbers. Seeing if you can touch that elbow each time, team. Focus on that little crunch as we pull that knee into your chest. Nice work. Lovely. I love exercises like this. It's such a good reminder how much we can work our arms in Pilates without any weights. Nice work. Just one more full rep each side before we add on that challenge. This time that leg steps back. It either hovers or taps down. Can you take one chest push-up? Beautiful. We refine that 3-legged dog. Left knee, left elbow, extend. Right knee, right elbow, press back, and we push up. Beautiful. Keep flowing through this movement, team. It's just you and your breath. You guys are absolutely smashing it. Just giving me 2 more full reps like this. Making these our best. Last full rep. All right, after we take that push up, you can drop your knees, taking a little quick roll out through those shoulders. If you need to, we're gonna go down that rabbit hole together. Nice work. When we're ready, we're pressing back to refine that downward dog. Left leg sweeps up. Just working the side climbers, and 3-legged dog presses. Just here for our final count of 4, and then we've got those push-ups to finish off this plank series. Finishing strong. Here for 3. Staying with me for 2. Nice work on 1. We're finding that plank. I'm staying on my toes. Feel free to drop to your knees. We're finishing off with those push-ups for 5, for 4, for 3, challenging that depth, for 2, last one, and pressing back to your child's pose stretch. Oh, nice work. Rising on up, taking a quick little roll out with those wrists, team. If you need to, just rolling them outwards here. And changing direction. Okay, this time your right leg is gonna step forward. Left hand holds dumbbell, right hand's on our hip. Dumbbell comes to our shoulder. Beautiful. Inhale. As we exhale, pressing that dumbbell up. Beautiful. Inhale low. Exhale to take that press. Nice work. So our tailbone stays tucked here. Nothing is moving but that dumbbell. Gaze is just looking straight in front of you. Awesome work. Pretending someone is pulling us up through that crown of your head, making sure we're not hunching down. Nice, just here for 4 more. 3, awesome, 2, on 1, we're adding that tricep extension. Hinge forward and take that extension. That's our combo. Adding that hinge, seeing if you can fully extend that dumbbell away from us. Focusing on getting that nice squeeze through that left tricep now. Awesome, you guys are absolutely smashing this. Staying with me, finishing off this left arm strong. All right, just here for 3 more before we add that final challenge. Here for 2. Last one like this. All right, we're taking that press this time. If it's there for you, as we take that extension, we're lifting up into our glute lunge. Knee drops, we press up. Whew, nice work. Adding a little bit of those legs, focusing on still keeping that tilt forward with that chest as we rise to that lunge. Knee drops before you take that press back up. Nice work, team. Shoulders rolled back and down, not letting them start to creep up to your ears as we're fatiguing. We're just here for our final 3. Final 2. All right, on this last one, we're gonna press into that lunge and hold there together. We're just working that extension. Out and in for 5. Beautiful, for 4. Here for 3. 2, awesome, on 1, let's extend that dumbbell. We're pulsing it out. It pulses back and back. Nice work. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that knee down, taking that shoulder roll. We've got that final push for that left shoulder today. We're sending that dumbbell wide into your T. It sweeps forward in front of our chest. It opens back out before we lower it down. Nice, going straight into this shoulder combo. Don't let that leverage of that dumbbell really try to move and shake around your torso, team. So keeping that belly button drawing into spine, keeping that tight rib tip connection, not flaring and arching through that lower back. Nice work. Is your dumbbell at that shoulder height or is it starting to drop? Awesome, just giving me 3 more like this. Last 2. All right, your final full rep before we take away that respite. Beautiful. All right, as a team, we're lifting that dumbbell up. Just getting to work on that sweep forward and sweep back. Forward and to the side. Nice work. You guys are so strong. Staying with me for your final count of 5 and then a hold. Here for 4. Final 3. 2. Nice work. On 1, we tee that arm, we hold. You and your breath for 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbell drops down. Shoulders roll back and down. This time that left arm can send across our body. Nice work. And then just twisting up and over towards that right hand side. Gaze lifts slightly, twisting out, enjoying that nice deep twist for our spine. All right, we've got one final finisher of class. So when you're ready, I promise it will be nice and short and sharp, team. So let's finish off nice and strong. We're going for a little bit of a plank finisher. So your hands re-find your mat. Nice, those hands are relatively just under those shoulders, not any wider. And we're gonna step back to find your plank position. Nice. This time we're pushing those hips back, finding a little drive back before we pull forward. Beautiful. Inhale, we press back. Exhale, you pull back forward to find that plank. Focus on that pull forward, really coming with a little roll through your spine. Really focus on that little crunch as we curl back forward, round those shoulders ever so slightly. Nice work. We're gonna keep adding on. Awesome. This next time you find that plank, can you hold? If it's there, staying on your feet. If not, drop those knees. 1 tricep push-up. So we push back, we roll forward, and then we press. This is our combo. Lovely work. Finishing off really nice and strong, team. Just 2 more before we add that final layer. Last one like this. All right, let's press back. We're gonna pull to find that plank. Can you hold? We're stepping that left leg out to the side, draws in. Right leg to the side, draws in before we take that 1 tricep push-up. So we press back, pull forward, take those little feet taps to each side. Nice work. This is you nearly done. Just giving me 1 last full rep. 1 last rep here. Taking your last push-up, team. We're meeting in your plank. Just working those feet taps out and in here for our final count of 5, and then tricep push-ups to finish. I know, don't hate me. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, nice work on 1. Feet draw in, knees drop if you need to. We're pressing it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and pressing back, finding that last child's pose of class here, team. Letting that breath return back to normal. Oh, I think that last set really got me by the end. All right, we can roll on forward now, just finishing off with a few stretches if you have time here, team. We're opening that left hand up towards that sky. And as we exhale, threading that needle down and through. Beautiful. Going again, left arm extends nice and high. And dropping it, that left shoulder down towards that mat. Beautiful. Return over, changing sides. Right arm takes that extension, gaze lifts, and then right shoulder towards that mat. Going again, sweeping nice and high, and coming back down. Awesome work. Come seated facing me, just finishing with a couple seated cat-cows here. So inhaling, your hands clasped behind our back, chest lifts, and then as we exhale, rolling through that spine, Sending your gaze down towards your navel. Nice. Inhale to lift and arch. And a deep exhale as we roll forward. One more, team. Rolling those shoulders back, squeezing them together at the top, and then taking that deep exhale. All right. Rising on up, we can just roll those shoulders out to either side. And that is all you done for your arms and abs Pilates class today. Thank you so much for joining me for day 11 of our 30-day challenge. Let me know how you found it in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.